Hey, we're back. It's William Wilkinson IV,
And Noah Wilkinson.
and we're the voice actors for Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four: The Audio Drama. Alright, so we did our spoiler-free review. You know, all the stuff that we didn't want to talk about because of the giving away spoilers. Now we can go in and, deep dive. What we liked, what we didn't like, specific parts of the movie. So yeah, where do you want to start?
Start with a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on your character for the thing?
I think Ebon Moss-Backrack, that's the actor for the thing, right? He did a good job. I like the thing design, right? Very comic accurate. Oh, I know that it was a little questionable when they first revealed that he was going to be CGI, right? Because the last CGI thing that we had was not that good. But this one, I feel like this thing was good. The only problem with him is he didn't really have much to do throughout the movie. Like, I feel like he's the one character of the four that did not do much. And we'll get into that when we're talking about, like, the specific story elements. But let's start out with the things that we didn't like. Let's just get that out of the way. Do you have anything that's, like, spoiler, right, that you didn't like?
I just wish that the Silver Surfer got a little bit more screen time. I know she had a role in the movie, but I feel like they could have used her a little bit more, personally. But you think the same, or thought it was adequate?
Well, I thought her amount of screen time was fine because we focused a lot on the four, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Galactus, Silver Surfer, it's kind of better when you don't focus too much on them. Like, it's kind of the mystery around them, right? So they should be honest to an extent. Yeah, but I thought Shia LaBeouf, right? Interesting character. I know a lot of people are kind of upset. I'm fine with the fact that they didn't go with Norman Rad, like the usual Silver Surfer, right? Changing things up, right? And we can always get him in the later MCU project because this is a different universe, so it allows for a little bit more flexibility. Mm-hmm. Plus, we've already seen him in another Fantastic Four thing, so yeah, I thought that was funny. Okay, my biggest problem with the movie, and I couldn't say this because of the whole spoiler-free thing before, but Ben's beard, like, it wasn't a necessary part. I guess if they thought it was fun, it was fun, fine. It just, one, didn't look right for me. Two, was extremely unnecessary, and it was a funny joke, him shaving, right? Mm-hmm. But then I felt like that was all we needed from that. We did not need the beard. And yeah, it's shown up in the comics, but that was like when he's like really old, mm-hmm. and he just has a beard.
So what you're saying is that we won't hear the narrator say anything about how our thing is gonna happen.
Yeah. No, that's not happening. Yeah, but moving on, let's go ahead. Now we can, let's talk about the different character portrayals, right? So, Pedro Pascal, Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn, Human Torch, yeah. Ebon Moss-Backrack, the thing, right? Mm-hmm. I was kind of following the casting as they were being announced, right? And, I don't really care who, I trust that they'll cast the right people. But yeah, none of them really, I was super surprised about. And I've seen some of them in other things, like Pedro Pascal in The Mandalorian and Joseph Quinn in Stranger Things, right? But yeah, they just didn't really. I was like, okay, interesting. I'll look forward to seeing what they do there, right?
So you said you saw Pedro Pascal in Mandalorian. What were the characters? Because I haven't seen The Mandalorian. So are The Mandalorian and Reed Richards similar, or was it an experience for you to see him play two different kind of characters?
I didn't really get much of a similarity between the two. What I thought was gonna happen was they pick him because he has experience playing like a fatherly role to Grogu or Baby Yoda, right?
Mhm.
And I thought they were gonna kind of go with Franklin and Valeria, kind of older, and he's their father. He's a father, but instead they went with the whole newborn thing. So yeah, I mean, I think Reed and The Mandalorian are different characters, and I can't really. I only saw like part of the first season. I didn't finish the show, so maybe he gets different throughout. I don't know. But this is not a Star Wars thing. This is a Fantastic Four thing. So let's continue with the four. Now that we can say whatever, is there anything else you want to talk about? How your portrayal differs from the Fantastic Four first steps on?
So I feel like the charismatic side of Johnny is in both. I do like that Johnny in the show, or not the show, the movie First Steps. He plays a crucial role, or semi-crucial role, in how they defeat Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
And in the audio drama, I like Human Torch, and what you do with him, it's I feel like he could do more other than be somewhat of a nuisance to the team.
Yeah, but of course, a movie is different than a show, right? A show you have time to build out your characters. A movie you only have that 2-hour change.
Mm-hmm.
But also in the movie, they've been the Fantastic Four for 4 years, right? So there's no telling if Johnny was, the same as he is now.
Okay.
He had a lot of time to change. In the series, we're planning on having Johnny go through a big arc, right? And you know this, but he's not going to stay the same Johnny forever. None of the characters are. They'll grow and they'll change in reaction to the events that happen throughout the show. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to a point where our Johnny is like that. Like he can his impact is felt very much throughout.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talking about his role in the movie, that's a good segue to talking about the story plots, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before I was talking about how Ben didn't really have much to do, right? Reed, it was kind of up to him to figure out how to stop Galactus, right? And he's the one who ended up on the teleportation machine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, for most of the movie, he was figuring out the language. I can't remember the planet's name, but Silver Surfer's planet, their language, he was deciphering that, and it was kind of his job to connect with the Silver Surfer, because if he hadn't done that, then, she wouldn't have helped stop Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
Sue, she was pregnant for the whole thing, right? And then she got that big thing at the end where she was pushing Galactus, which a lot of people don't know this, but she's actually the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four, really. Like, she's the highest potential for that. So that's I like to see that they pointed that out. And then Ben, what did Ben do? Ben piloted the ship when they went to Galactus, and that was it. Sorry. He grew a beard. That's it. But I did think, like, from the trailer, it looked like we were gonna get the kind of storyline of him not fully comfortable with how he looks.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was only that one shot in the movie where he was looking at the TV screen and then it cut out and we just saw him. I thought they were going to do more with that. And then the whole him and Rachel thing, not that like there needed to be more there, but that didn't really go anywhere. And then, you know, we kind of know that we might not see these characters, like the side characters, because the main four are going to be going off on a different adventure in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And we don't know, are they going to end up in the main MCU universe or what? So, was it a waste? I don't know.
So I have two things. The first, I personally enjoyed that they didn't focus too much on him having to deal with the difference from how he looked before he turned into the Thing. Because I feel like they had done that in both of the other movies. So, you know, I feel like us being past that was, I liked that. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
And the second thing, from a writer's standpoint, what did you, like, let's say enjoy, but like, what did you enjoy about the movie and what would you have changed? Or what would you, other than the beard, obviously. From a writer's standpoint, what were your thoughts?
I mean, I don't really thought, I don't know. The movie was good, so there wasn't much I would change as far as story-wise. I like the fact, like, I like to name drop, like, put cameos in, name drop other people, like the Mole Man, the Wizard, Puppet Master, all that. But I also feel like there's almost 100 years worth of comics to look at and to pull from. So, like Rachel, I would have taken somebody else from the actual comics because I'm pretty sure she was not in the comics.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And so I was kind of surprised because, you know, you have a red-haired woman who's has a relationship with Ben Grimm and it's not Alicia Masters. I was surprised by that. But changing things for the story now the story was fine. I wouldn't have written anything different.
Okay.
What else? Let's see. So, do you have anything as far as the other characters that you want to say? Like Reed, Sue?
So actually, yeah, about Reed, when you think about all the four, they all play their role, and Reed is supposed to be the super genius who never gets like stuck on something. He always has the answer.
Yeah, he was very stuck in this movie. Like,
yes, so I liked how they showed that he doesn't always have the answer. Showed that it was difficult. Something was difficult for him.
See, I think that's how our interpretations are going to differ. Because, like, their Reed, he was kind of remorseful about what happened, like about the accident, them going up in space. Our Reed, we're not really going to see much of that. Like, it was a miscalculation that happens, right? He's not sorry. They knew the risks, right? But also, our Reed does feel like he always has the answer. He doesn't see himself as such a flawed person. So, I think that's an interesting take on the character, because usually he is close to becoming that villain. Like, he's not too connected to emotion or all that. So I think that was interesting that they kind of changed that up.
And something for me, so I don't remember where I heard or something, some people talking something on social media or Google or something. I thought that, you know, the destroying of Galactus destroying their Earth was what was going to bring them to the main MCU. So I wouldn't say the whole movie, but towards the end of the movie or the middle where Galactus was actually going to Earth, I was thinking about how they were going to get themselves out, but like, I guess leave everybody else. So them thinking of Subterranea and the Mole Man to get everybody to safety, I liked that part of the movie.
Okay, so let's talk about the Mole Man. What did you think of that character?
He was all right, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a lot of screen time, which I was absolutely fine with. But I mean, he was okay. Clearly a crucial part of the movie.
I at first wasn't expecting him to be in the movie. When I found out he was going to be in the movie, I did not think he would have such a crucial role. And I think it's interesting because, you know, when I was in the first episode, I voiced him. And so when I was doing Mole Man, I was thinking more, he's kind of an outcast from humanity, but he is kind of smart, so he goes and finds this place, Subterranea, and he chooses to try and conquer the world with it. Now, the Mole Man might have done that in this universe, but to have him now kind of be a good guy, I thought that was interesting. Like, I was not expecting that at all. And then the Moloids, I guess, they kind of looked human, right? They didn't really look too much like Moloids usually do. They look just like mole people. Yeah, so another thing I want to talk about, as far as like the other cameo villains or whatever, the opening montage, right? When I saw that, I was like, okay, here we go. Like, this movie's gonna be good. And because like the Red Ghost and his super apes, that was fun. I was not expecting anything like that. Now, the Red Ghost was originally supposed to appear in the movie, but he ended up not. I would have been interesting to see what their plans for him were, especially since how they did the Mole Man. Would he have also been aiding the Fantastic Four trying to help Earth not be destroyed by Galactus?
So I don't want to go back, but back to Sue. You said that she is, I don't remember the word, statistically the strongest.
She has the potential to be the most powerful.
Potential. So, do you think that they did well portraying that? I mean, I know that she was pregnant for most of the movie, but do you still having that? Do you think that she portrayed that power, like the potential to be the strongest?
Yeah, and so the standout moment was her pushing Galactus, right? But other than that, what other times did she use her powers? Because they didn't really have there wasn't much action, like fights throughout this movie. They had the one at the end against Galactus, if you kind of count the montage, okay. And then I feel like, well, she didn't do anything in that. I don't think she did. I think that's when we saw her kind of uniting the world.
The diplomatic side.
Yeah. Which I thought the introduction, like they kind of, the Easter egg of the Future Foundation, that was cool. And then there was also like the Future Foundation flag on the moon. Mm-hmm. I thought that was an interesting addition. But I feel like besides that, we didn't really see her powers in fighting at all. We saw her when she turned the Excelsior invisible, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really interesting because I had not thought of like to use the power like that when she used it to kind of show Reed Franklin in her womb. That was a cool use of her power outside the box. Yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh yes, the post-credit scene. So we are almost 3 episodes in, right? First episode was Mole Man. Second episode was the Skrulls. Third episode is going to be Namor.
Mhm.
We haven't seen Doctor Doom at all in a Fantastic Four series, so that's interesting because he's the main villain of the four. But he will be coming up, right? So, and you don't have to wait long for that. But kind of similar, they didn't use Doctor Doom as the main antagonist of this one, and he wasn't even in it at all. Like we got a tease at Latveria at the beginning. But after that, there wasn't really any mention of it, and so there was this part of the movie when they had the portals all around the world and they started to activate it, right? And then there was that red dot. I thought that meant that like there was something like somebody didn't activate theirs. I thought that was Latveria. But then they all started popping this up. It was like, okay, Silver Surfer's taking them out.
So I was gonna ask about Latveria in the beginning of the movie, the empty chair.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I clearly thought that Latveria, and I knew it had something to do with Doctor Doom. But what did you think about? Like, did you have any thoughts?
I just thought that was like a passing, like Latveria is in this, Doom is in this universe. So yeah, and they don't get along with the rest of the world. Pretty much, just they're kind of separate. Yeah. So I don't think I have anything else. What do you have anything else you want to talk about?
So just one last thing, since it's a spoiler-full, what would you say was your favorite part of the movie? Favorite scene, favorite line? Doesn't really, just favorite part.
Okay. This was in the trailer too. Them cooking in the kitchen, like that, and when, like really any time that they're just in that area, when they're in the kitchen or on the balcony, or like in the living space, just fun, character interaction moments, like when Johnny's playing with the toys, like play them on, and then Ben crushes it, play them off. Yeah, I thought that was funny, and I think those moments are the moments that you really get attached to the characters, right? And so that's harder to do with like just an audio production, because you can't really show their chemistry. You have to, the actors need to be able to portray it through just dialogue, right?
Because you know video.
Yeah, and as far as describing what you're seeing, you don't want to over describe it to where, okay, can we like get going? Like I get it, they're wearing blue and white suits. We don't need to know every single detail, like every stitch and all that. So it's hard to find a balance there, but I'm hoping that over time we can kind of get to a point like that, like where they're just bouncing off each other like chemistry, right? Yeah, but that's all I have.
So got for you.
All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Episode 3 will be coming out soon. Tune in for that. Cortex Sound did just launch a Patreon for free. You can go on, get updates on production and some news. You can also listen to the episodes there if that's more convenient for you. And again, it's free, so please do that. All right, see you later.